You want me to do a mic check? Sounds good. We got thumbs up from all of our media partners today. Great, thank you. Good morning. I'm Derek Miller, President and CEO of the Salt Lake Chamber and Downtown Alliance. Thank you all for joining us today. The Salt Lake Chamber is pleased to welcome you all here to kick off the 12th annual Clear the Air Challenge in partnership with TravelWise and UCare. I want to start this morning with the most important piece of information, and that is an invitation for all businesses, organizations, and individuals to sign up for this year's Clear the Air Challenge. You can do so at cleartheairchallenge.org website. This past year was proof of what we seek to do with the Clear the Air Challenge. The pandemic turned many Utahns into remote workers, and in turn, we saw clearer skies. This proved that even though inversions are natural, we can have an impact on what we put into the air and do much to combat the negative effects that come with inversions. Actively choosing to reduce mileage and combine trips improves our air quality and it improves our health. It increases our quality of life and brings more community prosperity. There is a direct correlation. Prosperity rises from jobs and opportunity, but this does not happen in a vacuum. They come from businesses who choose to locate and grow in Utah. And of course, Utah has much to offer. As companies look to our state because of its competitive advantages, which include workforce talent, excellent business climate, best-in-class recreation just minutes away, we have to be sure that poor air quality does not deter these businesses or these individuals from choosing our state. We all have a stake in improving the environment, and the Clear the Air Challenge is a major way we can engage. As a month-long competition, it is designed to encourage us to reduce vehicle emissions by utilizing TravelWise strategies and choosing alternative modes of transportation. These can be simple things like using public transportation, walking or biking to work, or even carpooling. However, we believe that the most used strategy this year will be teleworking, as many of us are already working from home due to the pandemic. Each of these strategies represents a simple step we can take, and collectively, each of these small steps can have a huge collective impact. In fact, since the challenge started in 2009, participants have eliminated over 1.2 million trips, saved more than 17 million miles traveled, and reduced emissions by nearly 6,000 tons. In 2020, we announced the modification of the challenge goals to better reflect past years, and those modifications will continue again this year. Together, we want to reduce 375 tons of CO2, eliminate 100,000 trips, and save 2 million miles of traveling. We've also made the decision to no longer have the primary focus be just on trips or eliminated or miles saved, but to enhance our focus on air quality efforts, which means that this year's participants will be ranked on eliminated emissions. We recognize there is no single perfect answer to keeping our air clean, but there are many practical solutions that can achieve meaningful results. And we encourage everyone to participate in this year's challenge and see what our individual and collective efforts can achieve. We want to thank the Clear the Air Challenge partners, TravelWise, and the Utah Clean Air Partnership for their support and continued assistance with this program. And most important, remember to sign up today and participate in this year's challenge at cleartheairchallenge.org. We'll now hear from Dr. Liz Joy, the board chair of the Utah Clean Air Partnership and senior medical director for wellness and nutrition in the Office of Health Promotion and Wellness with Intermountain Healthcare. We'll also hear this morning from Salt Lake City Mayor Erin Mendenhall. Ben Bolte, Executive Director of Green Bike, and Gary Hogeby, President and CEO of Rocky Mountain Power. Dr. Joy.
Thanks, Derek, and it's wonderful to be here this morning to talk about the Clear the Air Challenge. The Utah Clean Air Partnership, better known as UCARE, is certainly proud to have been a sponsor of the Clear the Air Challenge since its very beginnings 12 years ago. And with 50% of our air pollution, coming from our tailpipes, this challenge that aims to decrease emissions is timely and very helpful in our efforts to try and reduce the air quality impacts that we often face in the winter months here in Utah. And while the Clear the Air Challenge actually only takes place for a month, we hope that it really serves as a way to motivate all Utahns to jumpstart new habits when it comes to how they think about how they can individually impact air quality here in our state. Derek talked about the miles saved and the impact on emissions since the Clear the Air Challenge started. In last year alone, we saved about 97,000 trips, 1.6 million miles, 476 tons of carbon dioxide, and saved about $500,000. And as a physician, I'm pretty excited that we burned 1.9 million calories doing active transportation. So that's pretty good. These are really amazing numbers, and I am confident that we can do better this year. Certainly by working together and making small changes in our personal habits like trip chaining, skipping a trip, active transportation like walking and biking, or as was mentioned, so many of us are teleworking this year in light of the pandemic. That can all certainly make a really big difference in our air quality. So like Derek, I encourage everyone to get involved. Challenge your friends and your coworkers, participate as individuals or on teams, track your trips and your miles, maybe have a few bragging rights, and really work collectively, as a community to clear our air. So now we're going to watch a video from Mayor Erin Mendenhall, who unfortunately was not able to join us today. And after which we'll hear from our Green Bike CEO, Ben Bolte. So thank you very much.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this year's Clear the Air Challenge. I'm more excited for this year's challenge than any previous year because we've proven that we can do it. We have dramatically increased telecommuting, and we can significantly decrease our vehicle emissions. Late last winter and early in the spring, a time when Wasatch Front often suffers from really thick and harmful inversions, we saw blue skies and crystal clear air. But it coincided with so much fear and uncertainty from those early days of the pandemic that it was difficult to appreciate it. This winter, we're all still facing significant difficulties. But I see the 2021 Clear the Air Challenge as a chance for us as Salt Lakers to exert a little bit of control in the face of uncertainty, to set some goals beyond today and tomorrow in order to make a major impact on the air we all breathe. This is for residents and for businesses alike. According to UDOT, traffic is back up to normal levels throughout the state, which is significant when we consider that about 50% of the particulate matter in Utah's air during the winter is from vehicle emissions. And most of those vehicles are being driven by commuters and errand runners like you and me. So let's pull back. Let's cut out those non-essential trips. Let's encourage our employees to work from home if they can. In Salt Lake City, as many of our employees are able to do so, we're continuing to work from home. And going forward, even when we get back into the office, we are going to adopt a hybrid work from home model throughout city departments. It'll help us reduce emissions and lessen our impact on our air quality, as well as increase our employees' quality of life satisfaction. I encourage other businesses that have the option to do the same. Again, this year, we're going to plant an extra 1,000 trees, just as we did last year. And we're well on our way to having 100% of Salt Lake City Corporation's electricity come from renewable sources by the year 2030. Also, this year, I'll send the City Council an ordinance requiring all new buildings funded with city money to be emission-free by 2023. Whether it's a housing development, a hotel, or a mixed-use project that even receives a dime of RDA money would have to be emissions-free. Let's take the challenge. Let's choose to make the Wasatch Front a place where we all work together for better air, not because a pandemic or natural disasters force us to, but because we value each other and the health of one another. Let's take the Clear the Air Challenge.
Good morning. My name is Ben Bolte. I'm the founder and executive director of Green Bike, Salt Lake City's nonprofit bike share. Now, first and foremost, I want to thank the Chamber, the Mayor's Office, Rocky Mountain Power, UCARE, and all the other agencies responsible for the Clear the Air Challenge. And congrats on this being the 12th year of the challenge. Green Bike is still only in its 9th year, and we absolutely look to you as a mature but still cool older brother. Now, Green Bike and Clear the Air Challenge actually have a lot in common. We're both local initiatives created to improve air quality, and we both believe partnerships are fundamental to achieving lasting success. It's serendipitous that these specific speakers are here because Green Bike owes their organizations a huge debt. Now, you might not know this, but Green Bike began at the behest of the Salt Lake City Mayor's Office, but it was then incubated and launched right here at the Chamber. My office was literally down the hall when I was trying to figure out how do we take this from a nice idea to a practical reality that people can actually use to get out of their cars. But we could never have launched and grown our system by over 800% without support from organizations like Select Health, UCARE, and Rocky Mountain Power. And those relationships were made here at the Chamber. And I highly encourage everybody to get involved at the Chamber and make those relationships of your own. Now, Rocky Mountain Power was one of our founding station sponsors and has continued their support every year. And the Rocky Mountain Power station on Main Street was our most popular station in 2020 again. UCARE has been a stalwart Green Bike supporter since day one, and they've sponsored multiple stations and helped us purchase our essential maintenance equipment. And it's been a real personal pleasure getting to know Tom Carter and Ted Wilson. So again, thanks to all these amazing agencies. I apologize if I seem overly effusive, but it's because of these organizations that Green Bikers have been able to remove 6 million vehicle miles from our local roads, prevent 6 million pounds of CO2 from entering our air, all while burning 80 million calories in the process. But it's not just the time spent riding Green Bikes that's making a difference. Like Clear the Air Challenge, Green Bike also serves as a mechanism for increasing the use of our existing public transit infrastructure. In fact, 78% of our survey respondents cited connections to other public transportation as an important factor in their decision to use Green Bike. Here's another fun fact. I promise it's the last fun fact. But roughly 14% of Green Bikers say that they have reduced the number of cars in their household. With initiatives like Clear the Air Challenge and the new Green Bike locations we'll be adding this year, including the launch of our Ogden system, those numbers are only going to grow. And we want to get as many people as possible to participate in the challenge. With that in mind, Green Bike is offering 50% off our $75 annual passes to all challenge participants and free annual passes to all of their drawing winners. So thank you again to the Chamber for hosting this event and everything you do for our community. We look forward to working with you for years to come. And now I'd like to introduce Rocky Mountain Power's CEO, Gary Hogeby.
Thank you and good morning. It's my pleasure to be here to talk about the Clear the Air Challenge. In 2020, last year, Rocky Mountain Power had one of the highest participation rates amongst large businesses in the Wasatch Front. We're very proud of that. In fact, we're looking towards 2021 to improve that. And we're going to encourage our employees to participate, those that did last year. Those that did not, we're going to offer them the opportunity to participate. In addition, for the first time this year, we're going to work with our contractors. We use a lot of contractors, frankly, in our day-to-day business to do some work that is above and beyond the typical work that we normally do. So we're going to work with those contractors and ask them to participate on our behalf in our challenge teams as well. So it's something I would ask each and every one of you as well to think about this year, participating in the Clear the Air Challenge. We think it's a terrific idea and a way to become invested in clearing the air in the Wasatch Front. Just a couple other things that Rocky Mountain Power is doing, I think you might be interested in to help clear the air in the Wasatch Front. Electric vehicles contribute to over half of the the pollution in the Wasatch Front. We are working very aggressively to incentivize those that are interested in buying and driving electric vehicles to do so. One of the things that prevents people from using electric vehicles is range anxiety. That comes when they don't know where they're going to get their next charge. So we are committing over $50 million to invest in our system in the state of Utah to provide new electric vehicle chargers along roadways. In addition, beyond tailpipes, point sources or area sources of building emissions in the Wasatch Front are a very large contributor to the bad air quality. So in relation to that, and then alongside Mayor Mendenhall's office, we are offering incentives, dollars, if you will, for customers that are interested in going 100% electric and doing that with electric water heaters, electric fuel pumps, ways like that, that we are also participating in and giving the ability of our customers to participate in Clear the Air. Once again, we're very proud at Rocky Mountain Power to be part of the Clear the Air Challenge. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary, and thanks to all of our presenters today, and thanks for all who are here in attendance. We've asked our participants if they are willing to do some one-on-one interviews, if there's interest in that, and so we'll move to that at this time. Thanks again.